The fall they never expected. Why betraying a super empath ends the narcissist. That's the title of this video. The silent power they never saw coming. A narcissist believes they understand power. To them, power is dominance, control, admiration, and the ability to manipulate emotions like a puppeteer pulling invisible strings. But there's a form of power they never fully comprehend, the quiet, enduring strength of a super empath. A super empath is not just kind. They are deeply perceptive, emotionally intelligent, and resilient in ways that are almost invisible. They forgive, but they do not forget patterns. They love deeply, but they also observe deeply. And most importantly, they endure until they don't. The narcissist mistakes their patience for weakness, their compassion for gullibility, their loyalty for dependency. That is the beginning of the narcissist's downfall. Because what they are actually dealing with is not a victim, but a force that transforms when pushed too far. The attraction, why narcissists target super empaths? Narcissists are drawn to super empaths like moths to a flame. Not because they understand them, but because they sense something powerful they can exploit. A super empath gives endlessly, understands deeply, sees potential where others see flaws, loves without conditions. To the narcissist, this looks like the perfect supply. They think this person will never leave. This person will tolerate anything. This person exists to serve me. But they miscalculate one critical truth. A super empath does not give because they are weak. They give because they choose to. And what is chosen can also be withdrawn. In the beginning, the super empath absorbs everything. They rationalize the narcissist's behavior. Maybe they had a difficult past. They don't mean it. I can help them heal. They try harder, love harder, then stay longer. The narcissist grows bolder. Disrespect increases, boundaries are ignored, emotional manipulation intensifies, gaslighting becomes routine, and still the super empath stays. This is where the narcissist becomes dangerously overconfident. They begin to believe, I have broken them, I own them, they will never walk away. But beneath the surface, something else is happening. The super empath is watching, learning, reaching a limit. The breaking point when empathy turns into clarity. Every super empath has a threshold, a line that once crossed changes everything. It doesn't happen loudly, it doesn't come with drama or warning. It comes as a quiet realization. This is who they are, and they will not change. In that moment, the emotional fog lifts. The same empathy that once excused the narcissist now exposes them. The same intuition that once bonded them now sees through them. And the same heart that once stayed begins to detach. When pushed too far, a super empath transforms. They do not become cruel. They do not become manipulative. They become clear. This is often called the supernova phase, a powerful internal shift where the empath stops explaining themselves, stops seeking validation, and stops reacting emotionally. They become calm, distant, and unresponsive to manipulation. To the narcissist, this is terrifying because their power depends on reaction. No reaction, no control. At first, the narcissist doesn't understand what is happening. They try their usual tactics, love bombing, guilt tripping, silent treatment, rage. But nothing works the way it used to. The super empath is no longer emotionally available. They respond differently or not at all. And for the first time, the narcissist feels something unfamiliar, loss of control. This is the beginning of their fall. When a narcissist betrays a super empath through cheating, deception, or deep emotional harm, they believe they'll get away with it. They assume forgiveness is inevitable. They think they always come back. But betrayal accelerates the empath's awakening. It removes any remaining illusion. It answers every doubt. It becomes the undeniable proof that change will never come. And with that clarity, the super empath does something the narcissist never expected. They walk away completely. The super empath does not always live with chaos. Sometimes they live quietly. No arguments, no begging, no dramatic endings, just absence. This is what shatters the narcissist the most, because they are used to emotional reactions, not emotional withdrawal. So silence becomes louder than any confrontation. And suddenly the narcissist is left alone with something they cannot manipulate. That is reality. Without the super empath, the narcissist begins to unravel. They may try to replace them quickly, attempt to hoover them back, spread lies to protect their image, and act indifferent while secretly obsessing. But none of it fills the void, because a super empath provides something rare: genuine understanding, deep emotional connection, and conditional support. And once that is gone, everything else feels shallow. The narcissist realizes too late that they didn't lose just another person. They lost the one person who truly saw them and still chose them. A narcissist cannot easily accept responsibility, so instead of admitting I destroyed something valuable, they rewrite the story. They were too sensitive. They were the problem. They didn't appreciate me. But deep down, there is a quiet awareness they cannot silence. They know they pushed too far, they took too much, they blocked something they cannot replace. While the narcissist spirals, the super empath begins to heal. Not instantly, not easily, but steadily. They rediscover themselves, their worth, their boundaries, their strength. They learn that love should not feel like suffering. They understand that empathy should not require self-abandonment. And most importantly, they reclaim their power. From the pain comes wisdom. The super empath no longer ignores red flags. They no longer overextend themselves for those who do not reciprocate. They no longer confuse intensity with love. They become discerning, stronger, and breakable in ways the narcissist never anticipated. A kind heart is not a weak one. It is a powerful one that has simply learned patience. But patience has limits. And when those limits are crossed, even the gentlest soul becomes unstoppable. There was once a village with a well that never seemed to run dry. Everyone came to it, taking water freely, never thinking it would end. One day, the well stopped giving. The villagers panicked. What happened? They cried. But the truth was simple. The well had not failed. It had been emptied. And now it had nothing left to give. The super empath is that well. And the narcissist is the one who never thought it would run dry. So, the narcissist's greatest mistake is believing that love equals ownership. They believe that if someone loves deeply, they will stay indefinitely. But love is not captivity. It is a choice. And when that choice is abused, withdrawn, and betrayed, it disappears. The fall of the narcissist is not caused by revenge. It is caused by consequence. The narcissist expected endless forgiveness, constant availability, and questioned loyalty. What they got instead was silence, distance, permanent loss. And that is the fall they never expected. Not because it was dramatic, but because it was final. When you betray a super empath, you do not just lose a person. You lose your mirror, your healer, your greatest supporter. And unlike others, a super empath does not return once they have truly let go. Because when they leave, they do not just walk away from you. They walk back to themselves. And that is something the narcissist can never compete with. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you've learned a thing or two. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you've not done so. Thank you.